Hi you guys, how are you? So today I'm going to be sharing with you my newest 2 for $10 craft. So today we're going to be making this fun card that says a little note with the fun feather. It's kind of like the quill. And this tiny little mini book. This one says magical mini book, which is pretty cute, and it has a tiny little belly band on it that slides off. And then there's little pages inside, and then you can kind of decorate it to kind of make it for you, kind of however you want to make it. And then the belly band just slides back on when you're to hold it in place when you're done. So those are the 2 crafts for today. Alright, so it's just $10, and then there is a $5 shipping charge, or I can deliver it in Bellingham during this time. So in the little kit that you get in the mail, these are all of the things that are in it. So there's an envelope, of course, to go with the card, and then all these things. So what's cool about this is that this is the idea and the craft for doing it, but you can be as creative as you'd like. So if you're inspired and you're like, oh, I actually want to do something different, that's totally okay. This is just a little craft kit, which is cool. All right, so your piece of paper like this is already decorated on one side. I'm going to show you how that's done, because I constantly have people ask about looking for this kind of, they call it kind of a quote background, but the background that just has words, but not necessarily words that you can read per se. And so I wanted the idea of kind of creating something that kind of is like that. So I'm going to show you how that's done today. So what you're going to want to do is I always kind of go in and start with finding stamps I already have. And you're looking for a stamp that you have that has kind of a filigree kind of a font to it. I don't know if you can see this, but it has a filigree kind of a font. This one says you're invited, but it doesn't really matter what yours says as long as it's just kind of fun looking and kind of a nice filigree. So on my piece of paper here, I'm going to go, and I'm starting with a brown ink pad. I'm using VersaFine Clair Fallen Leaves, and this ink dries waterproof, which I really like for this project. So you're going to go ahead and ink up your stamp, and then what I'm going to do is not on the paper, I'm going to actually stamp onto my craft mat. And so if you have a craft mat, this is a nice way to do this, because then I can do a monoprint. A monoprint is when you pick up the ink and just kind of press on and pull it off. I'm not doing that yet, but that's what a monoprint is. So I'm going to be stamping my stamp here, and what I'm doing is I'm stamping so it's all kind of nice and straight like this, so that then I can that way it looks like it's all kind of meant to be kind of all like it's all kind of written out. And then I'm going to take my paper here and I'm going to do my monoprint, my first one. I'm going to press down, and then I'm going to pull that up, and the words, of course, at this point I can probably read them. They're backwards, but this not really I'm not going to leave it just like this. I'm going to add more to it. So what you've created down here on your craft mat, you're going to leave. And now I'm going to stamp my stamp, but upside down. And I'm going to go in between the lines I've already done. And so if you had a row of lines that said you're invited, you're going to do, and then between the next row, you're going to do another row of words. And you can double stamp, and if it only partially stamps, that's okay. What you're most important is that you're keeping everything kind of in a straight line. And now I'm going to go in and do another monoprint here. So I'm layering my words one on top of the other, and so you get this kind of jumble of words that are backwards and upside down, but they're all kind of looking kind of like a filigree, kind of like that. Okay, so that's how you can create a background word stamp or quote stamp with using stamps you probably have laying around your house already. So, which is kind of cool. All right, I'm going to clean up my work surface here and go on to the next part. So once you have that done, then what I'm going to do here. Oops. Okay, so you also have this little strip in here, and it says a little note on it. And so you're going to take that, and I'm going to use a little bit of my glue here, where my glue went. So I'm going to put this on the front here. I kind of wanted this on the far side, and I'm going to flip this around. And on the back side here, I'm going to put a little bit of glue in place to hold that down. Making sure that it's tight when you go all the way around. I'll pull that over, around, okay, so it looks like that. Alright, and now I'm going to put glue on all 4 sides of this, and I'm going to glue it down onto my brown paper. And this is going to give it a nice little border all the way around all 4 sides. And I've pre-cut this for you, so it should fit perfectly. And then this is going to glue onto the front of that. And so the reason why we do that is so then this little strip is held in place by that piece of brown paper there. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this onto the front. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do here is I liked the idea of having kind of like this quill kind of like on the front of my card, and I kind of like that. And so to create that down here, what I did was I took a piece of acetate. Acetate is just like a clear piece of plastic here, and I'm going to scribble my marker directly onto that. And I'm going to use my water brush here. I'm just going to pour some of my water from my water brush here because my water brush, oh, no, I'm not. My water brush has lots of water in it. All right, here we go. So I have water right here. So I'm going to pick, so this is a marker. Now, since you probably, I don't know if you have a brown marker laying around, not a Sharpie, like a Crayola marker, like a water-based marker, or dye-based, you're going to use one of those so that it moves with the water. And then I did like a little puddle of that kind of down here at the bottom. I kind of did like a little bit. You can kind of add a little bit more if you'd like, or a little bit less, but I kind of like the idea of it kind of being like where the ink kind of blooped out from my little quill end, and then you can use the marker to kind of go in and add some darker area. So you have a little bit lighter area from the watercolored marker and darker area from the actual marker. Then you're going to go in here, and I kind of liked the idea of it kind of like dripping, and kind of like you can kind of tap your brush here to kind of get a little bit of a splatter, or you can even kind of drip directly on your paper. And then I also like the idea of kind of like a cup, kind of a ring from your cup. Now maybe you have a cup lying around, I don't. So I'm going to scribble out some marker here, and I have this just like a little gem container here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to kind of smush some of my wet ink here with some of the marker ink, and actually put some of these kind of circles kind of directly onto my paper. I kind of like that look. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do that. And if you have some big wet marks, you can kind of dab them out with your paper towel. So you kind of create kind of a collage, kind of a card, which I really like the look of. Okay, now I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue. If you don't have hot glue, you can use a little bit of the Ultimate Glue, works great, or a little bit of E6000. I'm just putting it on the little tip of that, the feather there, and then that's just going to lay down and kind of just right over the edge like that. And then you can go back in with your brown marker if you're, your little bit of a brown marker if you're using a brown marker, and kind of put little dots kind of here and there. If you don't have a brown marker to do this technique, you're welcome. You can use a brown watercolor pad, a little bit of acrylic paint, watered down works great for this effect. If you're doing the rings with a little bit of watered down acrylic paint, make sure to clean your base of your container so that you don't get acrylic paint on there forever. Okay, so that's the card. Oh, so much fun. This is a little note. Okay, and now we're going to do the little craft, the little activity here. And I love this idea of making a little mini book, because of course I love everything mini. All of you out there are like, oh yeah, we know you, Ellie. You love all the tiny things. So this is a really quick way to make a little book for kids. So in the kit, this is scored, where there's a fold line in the middle. You're going to fold that in half. This is a piece of elastic. You're going to go ahead and tie this in a knot so that it makes a loop, like so. And then this should go around here, and it should be tight. It should fit tightly on there, okay? Then your pieces of paper here, you're going to fold those all in half, and they are going to nest in one another like so. And then you're just going to tuck that in the little string like that. And that's a really quick, easy way to make a little book. Super, super fast. And then you can decorate it however you want, and you can write fun little things. I'm going to make this, it's going to say my happy book, my mini happy book. Yay! Ah, and you can make it kind of fun, and you can put little dot groupings around, and that's kind of cute. So it makes it kind of little oldie kind of looking maybe. And then on the front of that, I wanted to put, oh, I forgot to put the wax seal on the other thing. Oh, we'll come back to that. You're going to wrap this around here, and I just know from experience that you're going to need to trim that down a little bit. I guess you don't have to, but I definitely recommend it. And use a little bit of glue to hold that in place, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to use my twine here and wrap this around like this. Okay. And you can tie a little knot. I don't need to go around as many times as I did on my twine, but you can do whatever you'd like there. Oh my goodness, I just want this to tie, friend. Okay, I'm not doing two. I'm just going to tie one. Sorry, I'm going to just not go around as many times. I'm only going to go around 3 times instead of 4 times. All right. I'm going to tie a little knot here. It's going to hold my twine in place. I'm going to trim this shorter. Okay, and then one of your little wax seals here, they have a little pop dot on the back, so then you can just stick it down and stick it in place. So then you get your little happy book. Ah, so cute. Or you can put whatever you want in your book. And then here, of course, on your little note card here, you can put your little seal wherever you would like. And I kind of liked it kind of maybe up here towards the top. Okay. And there you have it. So you have your 2 little crafts today. Dun da da da! So fun. Now your little books, I did some other ones earlier. So of course I have my magical mini book, which I thought was really cute. And this was another one that I did, which I thought was kind of a fun. So it says magical spells on it. When you pull that off, it said happiness potion. So we have 1 cup love, 1 teaspoon kindness, 2 scoops giving, 1 pinch of magic. And then I drew a little potion, a little happy potion on the inside. You can also make a little book that says happy thoughts if you just want to write down little happy things. So I don't know, just pick a book that works best for you. Have fun making, guys. And if you want to order it, just go to my website, artandhappiness.shop. Have a fun day. Bye-bye.